What's going on, everybody? Travis the Dev here, and we're here today playing some NFL Head Coach 09. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's just fantastic all around. I've played hundreds of hours of it, so let's play some on the channel, I thought. I'm going to be doing a career as the Lions, I think. Try to make them maybe into a Super Bowl contender, maybe even a Super Bowl too. Create my coach here, Butch McGrath. Why that name? Just because I can. So if you've never played this game before, it's basically you can call plays and you get a lot of control over a ton of aspects of an NFL franchise. Coordinators, position coaches, drafting, all that good jazz. You got skills, special skills, all that good stuff. So kind of have a goal in mind for this one. Gonna go ahead and get my coach skills here. I'm gonna cap myself out at 3 performance. That's a very powerful skill in the game, so we want to cap ourselves out there a little bit. Gonna be kind of like a quarterback kind of centric head coach. Want to draft a good quarterback, build them up, and maybe have a couple of other quarterbacks, come through the pipeline and whatnot, and try to improve their talents along the way. So, I'm gonna be doing offensive play calling and Super 72 defense. These games can take quite a bit if you haven't played the game before. It can be fairly lengthy to play the whole game. So I like to just control one aspect. Maybe at some point we'll do like another one that's defensive play or something like that. So. Take a look. As far as playbooks, I like the Jags playbook. Jim Johnson's playbook is also pretty good. I like being a 4-3 team in this game. I also don't mind the Broncos, even though if it is rated somewhat weak. I don't know. Generally, random player playbooks. I don't. The actual playbook strength. It's not really super indicative of how things actually are. I also don't mind Texans. Let's go with Jim Johnson's playbook. It's a 4-3 defense, I'm pretty sure. A lot of man blitzes and all that good stuff. For passing, I think. Go with the Andy Reid playbook. We got some good offensive talent as far as receivers. Got Roy Williams, Calvin Johnson, obviously Megatron. So maybe we'll run with those guys and kind of vertical passing. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And I'm not going to do the offseason. I've done the offseason so many times. I kind of know like the draft and all that good stuff. It just makes it a little bit too easy. So yeah, let's hop in. Load in, and I'll see you here in a second. Once it loads in, we can go over the staff. All right, we're loaded all up here. Let's take a look at what we got. I don't remember who their first round pick the Lions was in 2008. This was I'm just looking at the picks I have for the upcoming draft. Okay, so this is our 4th round. This was the year, of course, that they went 0-16. First overall pick took Matt Stafford. Just curious, do they even have a first round pick? Okay, they picked Gosder Charles out of Boston College, a right tackle. Who's their second round pick? I know good deal players in this draft, but Jordan, guys, look at the Lions. We obviously have to sign these guys. If you never played the game, you do have to go through rookie signing no matter where you start. Kevin Smith, Cliff Averill, he's pretty good in real life. A key component for the Seahawks at defensive end. We've actually moved him to DM. He's pretty good in this game. I recognize 2 names from this list that it's not weak. Is it? Let's take a look. Let's go over our team philosophy first. This I don't really care about either. This I don't have control all my stuff, so it doesn't really matter too much. Quarterback pure passer. I think that makes the most sense. We're going to go with just a balanced halfback. Could go receiving, but I'm going to go balanced. We'll go receiving fullback. I'm just going to go balanced at receiver. Tight end. We're going to go soft hands route. We go balanced on the guard and the center, and then I'm on pass blocking tackles. Defensive lineman, probably just go balanced for both end and D tackle. Pretty much balanced all the way around. I think, with the exception of a center field or free safety, I'm not preferred. So again, play calling, we're going to go blitz heavy and man coverage to get the defense coordinator. I'm not actually sure if this affects much, but you know, we'll do what it is. No huddle doesn't matter, and then we'll go vertical passing, I think. So yeah, that's fine. So if you're not familiar with the game, you know, I'm doing some stuff that you might not be completely in tune with, but that's okay. You know, it's not super important. We'll just kind of go as we go. So let's take a look at the staff. So I will mention, I don't remember if I mentioned this yet, but for the first year, we're pretty much just going to punt on it. You know, we'll try to win a few games, but I'm not going to play the first year just because, you know, in this game, you really can't start building a good team until you can hire and fire your own coordinators. And then with the draft, again, I've done the first year player draft, 2008 draft so many times. It's just, I find it a little too easy to start building a good team. So we're gonna go with one of the draft paths that I'm not super familiar with, which is the Macy and Sweetney draft. Again, if you don't know what that means, it's not super important. There's just 4 different kind of draft paths that you can go through, depending on, you know, which one you get throughout a career. You know, you only get one per career. There's 15 years of draft classes for each path. And so the Macy Sweetney one is a running back out of Tennessee. That's the one I'm most unfamiliar with. I've done the other 3 like tons and tons of times, so I just know players. So anyways, looking at our coordinators here, or just our coaches, Jim Coletto, I guess I'm just an O-line coach in real life. I don't recognize the name. I did say I'm going to cap myself out. Head coach at 3 performance is very strong. I'm not going to hold true to anybody on my staff, however they can make me upgrade as much as I want. Maybe I'll change it. I don't know. I don't think so. Jim Coletto, he is pretty awful. I think he's going to get canned first year. Joe Barry. Again, you know, these guys can be good, but if you have a performance cap of 2, I really don't want to hold on to 3. We can definitely go better. My kind of focus is special skills for my head coach, offensive, defensive coordinator. I'm going to go a little different in this one, something I've never done before, which is try to, you know, get a bunch of quarterbacks through the system and, you know, try to flip them for picks down the road. Special teams, Stan Kwan, he's also probably getting canned. Steve Lindsay, I don't know who this is, but he's getting fired as well. Kippy Brown is our best staff member. I'll definitely retain him. I don't think I would promote him. I could think about promoting him to offense coordinator. One thing you don't get in this game is you don't get to see the kind of the skills and potential of coordinators and position coaches in the offseason hiring. So I know a few guys here and there. We'll have to see what we want in the offseason. Sean Jefferson's not terrible. Tight end development skills don't mean a whole lot in this game because the development of tight ends is kind of busted. So as long as we have a good receiver coach with the receiver, you know, intangibles, physical and learning development skills, that's fine. He's okay. I'd probably wait a little bit. Mike Berry, he's decent. I think we can do. Phil Snow is also pretty bad. Decent potential, but performance is capped out pretty much at 2. Jimmy Lake, you know, we could certainly do better than him. Joe Cullen, whenever you have a 1, whenever you have a 1 in performance, you're getting fired, no question. Mac Miller, as they call him, is Matt Millen. He's actually capped out on all skills. He's absolutely getting canned, and then John Lopez. You can get 99 overall training, so we'll fire him as well. So Kippy Brown is really the only one I'm thinking that'll hold on to. Let's take a look at our roster real quick. got John Kitna, who we will start. We do have some training camp invites, which I'll take a look at in just a second, whenever that pops up. So maybe maybe this guy would be amazing or something. But definitely quarterback is what we're looking for. Running backs, we don't really have anybody great either. Avion Kaysen is the incumbent, I'm pretty sure. Fullback, here we go. Calvin Johnson, of course, Megatron. He's going to be the guy that we're going to want to build around, him and Roy Williams. And, Sean McDonald, Mike Furry, not terrible. And I think Kenneth Moore can be decent. Just absolute hot trash, man. Wide receiver, tight end. A couple good tackles. I think we have a fairly okay offensive line. The right side's not great, but my kind of philosophy is, if you got, 585 overall offensive linemen, then that's good enough for me. I don't really put a whole lot of stock into having elite offensive linemen. If you can have them, great, but your offensive line, I feel is only as good as the worst member. So, if you have 199 overall, like 375 overall, well, I'd rather have, 480, 384 overall. So, elite offensive linemen, I'm not really going to re-sign them a big contract like that. Dwayne White is our best end. We have no left end, really. Got Corey Redding. We get Sean Rogers. No, he must have retired by this point. Paris Lennon. There's Cliff Averill. Again, we might convert him to a down lineman. If I remember correctly, he's got some crazy high speed in this game. Yeah, 95 speed. Man, that's ridiculous for a linebacker. Got pretty poor middle linebacker. Got Ernie Sims, who's our best defensive player for sure. Him or Laybod. I got a couple good corners here and there. It's a decent group all around. Heck, I would even say good. I got a true number one corner, a decent number two, and then some good slotting down. Jared Alexander's okay. Got 6 strong safeties on the roster, which is kind of ridiculous. Jason Hansen, the longtime kicker, he often becomes a special team player. Maybe we can get him at some point in the future. Yeah. So let's take a look at our season goals. I'm going to trade for Desmond Clark. I probably won't do that. Get some play knowledge up and then get something else set up. Let's take a look at the training camp invites here. So, in this game you got randomly generated rookies that show up at the beginning of every preseason. So we're hoping that maybe we can get somebody good, and I like to try to stick with at least one of them, every year. It's pretty fun. And just opening up another tab over here in my second monitor. So I like to track these guys, if we can hold on to one of them for a while, who knows. So Brett Taylor is the first guy we got. It's a quarterback. 201. Dontrell Savage, he's real, obviously he's got a picture. Oh, wide receivers, tight ends, left tackles. Bo Fellows. He's a pretty big center also considered. You see a lot of centers. Too tall. 6'4" is not crazy, but we're not seeing any like 6'6", 6'7" guys. Quan Wade, I don't think he's real. There's a couple of guys in this game that I have no idea who they are, but they are real, so to speak, that don't have pictures. A lot of the undrafted free agents actually do have pictures. It's pretty cool. D tackle, outside linebacker, no. A couple of cornerbacks. I'm really hoping for. I have played a few of these in my time. Like I said, I've probably played. Spell this guy's name right. Montgomery. There we go. I have played quite a few of these in my time, and I have actually gotten like a tackle before, like 6'11". Got a quarterback with like 93 potential, who's like a scrambler, kind of in a Lamar Jackson mold. So it'd be great if we find someone like that shows up in this career. We can, He can be the, the guy that everybody follows or something. I don't know. Quarterback at BYU. And we got one. Got 6 undrafted free agent, like randomly generated guys. So hopefully one of them has good potential. Yeah, there's nothing too interesting in the preseason. So once
what
I
do you
get
think
down
we
to
should work on today?
cut days and before the draft path is revealed, we'll come back and see you then. We're back for a brief intermission here in the preseason, looking at the progress report just before the second to last cut day. Looks like we actually picked up a couple decent, undrafted camp invitees. Bo Fellows is easily the best of the two. He's pretty good. Run blocker, 90. Caps out at 90 for his, just regular run blocking, then strength and footwork. And then low 80s for pass block strength, and then 85 for footwork. Decent impact block. He's going to get pretty strong and fairly aware as well. Not very speedy, but super tough and, okay learning. So he definitely looks like someone that could, even be our starter for quite a few years. Maybe we could kick him inside at guard as well if that's something we need. Although I don't think we have a very good center, so definitely want to keep him on. Howard Myers, I believe, again, he's another guy that I don't think he's real. I think he's just a randomly generated guy. He's not a great cover safety. I'm thinking I might actually just switch my philosophy to a more coverage-centric guy. But he's definitely someone that could probably play in the box. I'm going to take a look and see if I can move him down to outside linebacker. Let's actually do that right now. The other guys were not very noteworthy, so we're just either going to cut them or we already have cut them. Like we had that quarterback that he was just pretty trash, all things considered. So we just got rid of him, because that's what we do. It does not appear that we can change him down to a outside linebacker. A little unfortunate, but that's just how the game is. I wonder if we could slot him in there. I'm fairly certain that we could. Yeah, we definitely could. He'd be fairly good there. Wonder how good he'd be at middle linebacker. Yeah, he's not bad at middle linebacker. I think we actually might just play him there. Be a fairly good one, and then just put Gray Walt at our second. Yeah, let's change that strong safety philosophy to, let's just go balanced. Balance is probably a little bit better. So again, we'll pick it back up right before the season starts. Alright, so 1-3 in the preseason, no big deal. I did do my preseason promise that I'm only going to win 3 games. We'll see if I can win that many. I don't know. I'll just stop him here because Dan Campbell, he's on my team. He's tight end. He just got hurt. He's actually just hired as the new head coach. So crazy how that works, right? So again, we're going to get our draft path here, and then I'll meet you back here once we get that all squared away. All right, and we're back. Did get the draft class, so I'll show you here once the pop-up occurs. There we go. Down to 41 approval, that's okay. So there's a couple good players here. There's a few different people you can look for. This is the Maceo Sweetney draft, as it's kind of generally known. I don't know exactly where that originated from. I think it was the Operation Sports Board, the forum there. Yeah, you got Maceo Sweetney here. There's also a couple quarterbacks, so I kind of know the top guy here is Luke Rambis. He's definitely who I will be targeting. Hopefully we can get him. He'd be an excellent pick for us to pick up. I did make some brief roster changes here. Just go over those real quick. Cut Drew Stanton. That's Tiki Dunbar. I don't think he's real, but just some random 20-year-old dude off the street. A 75 potential, not terrible. 20 years old. I cut one of my running backs, signing Xavier Ullman, who's got pretty good potential, although I never really seems to live up to it in my experiences. Also signed Mike Peterson. Can't cut Dan Campbell, of course, the future head coach of the Lions. Don't want to do that, don't want to do that. Both of those again. I actually slotted him into the starting lineup for this year. Same thing with Josh Charles. Did end up moving Cliff Averill down to left end. He might move back out to outside linebacker, but we got Paris Lennon, who's okay. He's serviceable, and I figure we don't really have any good defensive linemen, so let's move Cliff Averill down there. And yeah, we got 3 strong safeties that are all rookies. We are starting Howard Myers actually, just a strong safety. I didn't realize my middle linebacker rookie was actually like good. Yeah, so again, this year we're kind of just punt on it, so to speak. Not gonna. I don't want to get fired, but you know we don't really have much of a shot at doing super well this year. So we'll try to win a few games here. Hopefully we can lock up a top 3 pick. Hopefully the number 1 pick. To be honest. But yeah, I may cut this video here. I may splice it to the next one. If we do splice it, then feel free to keep watching. That'll just be like a season end wrap up. Otherwise, we'll pick it up next time. If you enjoyed watching, hope to see you next time. So then, see you.